Talk to us, Dari. Game week 3. The most
Game week
tragic.
3, my brother. What's up, Dari?
I know, right? Under average this week again, 38 points. Had a good lineup out there, but it just didn't happen for me. KDB didn't happen for me. James didn't happen. I switched James from Willian this week because I thought that, all right, James settling into it, and he just didn't deliver for me, So Bruno came in. That was really good for me to see him, one of the guys I wild carded for, come in and just produce for me. So I'm happy with Bruno. With that late 10-minute penalty in extra time.
Like after the game was done, man, for me, I am also tempted now to use my wild card like you did. Was a 46-point game week for me.
Above average, which is great.
I guess. Once again, I was burned. I remember after week 1, I sold Nketiah. He scored week 2. Now I sold Callum Wilson. He scored this week.
I told you to keep Callum Wilson for life.
Yeah, and Mitrovic did nothing.
I was surprised with that, but
tempted by the wild card. Tempted by Jamie Vardy. But we'll get into that.
Question. Mm-hmm. Why would you not just use your wild card? We still have a second wild card coming up.
Yeah, but I'm waiting until the transfer window is closed, and it's also going to be closed during that 2-week international break when I have a lot of time to work on my team. Right. I'm hoping for like news of maybe some new players or maybe even Gareth Bale being fit. Who knows? So
all right.
I just want to hold on until then. But we'll talk about that later. Tonight we have a big guest coming up from the FPL Vibes League. Our guy Omar is coming up. But let's do some quick housekeeping before we get into that.
All right. What happened in our league this week?
In our league this week, so the guy with the highest score, which wasn't actually that high of a score, so it was a low scoring week all around. With 66 points, we had Khalid Simon with his team, Wetidad and Tobago. He had players like Bruno, he had Richarlison, Rashford, and Kane was his captain. So he stuck with the Man United players after the poor game week last time out. And then we have in first place right now, Kerwin Prosper with his team Not So Shabby FC. He's on 198 points. It wasn't a great week for our must-haves. Other than Havertz, it was a bunch of 2s and 1s and 0s.
Right.
We'll fix that this week. I did get my bold prediction was perfect with I told you Leeds Sheffield would be a very low scoring game.
And before I said Spurs wasn't going to score, I did say it was going to be 1-0. So I played it back, and the score was 1. They scored 1 goal. So not too far off, but hoping to bounce back this week and hoping that we have we put things together and KDB and all big captains out there could score.
Yeah, man. So let's get into it and go into a full recap and also look ahead and bring on our guests.
All right, full recap. Where do you want to start? Which game do you want to start? How's your emotions from Saturday?
The West Brom Chelsea. The West Brom Chelsea was a big one because I kept faith with Werner. Right. A lot of people had Werner. And
all right, this is it. This is it. So a lot of decisions are gonna be made. I just checked.
Let's bring on our guest because he's a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan.
All right, cool. Let's bring him on. Let's see what this guy has to say about about what went on in West Brom, what went on in
that was a big game.
In West Brom.
The Chelsea fan.
We just started on Chelsea, so talk to us.
Yeah,
Omar.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce. Let me give him a proper introduction. This is my guy for a decade now. He's a Chelsea man. We have a running Scotch bet every season. He had a high score. I believe it was 200 and what was the highest score? It was
273 in the world.
Yeah.
I actually think that might be for Trinidad. That might be our time. That might be our time.
Yeah. 272 in the world 1 year. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with the Chelsea game. So welcome.
So before we start, I congratulate Darrell on winning that Scotch. This is about 10 years we have that running.
Yeah, about 10 years.
This year might be the first in about.
What's the bet?
We bet a bottle of Johnny Walker each year for the who was the highest score.
All right, cool. So who more drunk right now?
Yeah, Michael and
I won last year.
Last year.
I won year. I won last year. So let's get into the Chelsea game and and your team and everything.
Yeah, Chelsea. Well, this season, looking at it, and a lot of people are excited about all the signings and stuff. Me personally, I just don't think football work like that. In that, it's a lot very fast, and like I actually didn't like for the first time didn't have any Chelsea when I started the season. With Werner, like I was real skeptical about Werner because I felt like a lot of the influencers was pushing him as you need to have this guy and his
Dari,
bonus went up
Dari,
like real high.
Dari,
Yeah,
Dari,
yeah,
Dari.
influencers like that. But I was like, it was too many questions, right? We didn't know like if Tammy was playing, if Giroud was playing, or if he was gonna play on top, and then those fellas kind of on his minutes, or if he gonna drift out wide, and we seeing that, and then new strikers, you need some time to adapt to the league,
EPL.
Yeah, especially the EPL. So I think he will. I mean, Werner's class, and
Is he in your
I
team
think.
right now?
Nah, I stayed out. I actually Well, I can't talk too much about my team because this has been like for a start of the season like unfathomable, man. I mean,
Listen, it's been a poor start for a lot of good managers, but you have the class. You've done it. You have done well over the years, so I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, I think
I
the
started
phases
out
out
with
afterward.
Vardy.
Yeah.
I started out with Vardy. I had Werner, and then I was like, yo, Vardy's 0.5 million more top scorer in the EPL. Why nobody talking about Vardy?
Right.
But then, that was a kind of plan to take Vardy out for the Man City game, and we see what happened. I had trick out of my side, and this actually, I think this year is the most points I took out my side. Probably the first 3 game weeks more than last year. Like everybody I saw hit in a big way, so it rough.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most shocking seasons. But going into that, for example, we have a change in the rules right now, and this is something that we could talk about. In group chat, I brought to the attention, and I think that the PK takers are gonna be a big difference this year. And we've seen that with that new rule. The rule has to probably play out for the rest of the season. How important you considering bringing in some PK takers? Do you have Bruno in your team right now?
Oh, no, I don't have.
We should pull Omar's team up. We should pull Omar's team up. Pull his team up. Pull his team up.
I'm currently looking for Omar.
Yeah, I don't have Bruno.
Right.
Well, of course, like everybody else with Manchester United, being 1 week off, he wouldn't have been there early. I actually used my wildcard game week 2, which is the earliest I ever used it.
Same.
Because at the time I just felt after game week 1, like for long I wasn't happy. It wasn't the side I wanted, and you mentioned the PKs. One of the things is that I started the season with Mane. And like that Salah I didn't want to be out of Salah with him on PKs and him starting out so hot, But you see Mane now showing that, he's still holding pace.
Right.
But I think PKs will be a big factor this year.
Uh-huh.
In my team, I think for penalty takers, I have like Wilson, I have like Salah, I have like a few of them, but you're right. With those changing the rules and stuff, and with VAR picking up everything, that's definitely a place to look.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at my team right now. I have Aubameyang, Mitrovic, Kane, Salah. So I have a couple of them. Go ahead, Darius.
Yeah. No. I just wanted you to whisper to me what's your point so I could find you on the league.
I mean, you're looking for me on page 1, I on page 2, I think I like number 61 in the FPL vibes.
Okay, all right, cool.
In the island, going on the island, guys.
I found it.
Yeah. But that's my modus, I always kind of start below in the pack. I let people like Daryl run out ahead like Asafa, right? Like Asafa. And then in that drive phase, I looking for him in that drive phase.
46 points. I mean, I can't knock you. I had 38 points this week. I'm gonna pull up your team, but
no.
Don't say that. No, you have good players on your team, and I think that's where we get a little bit messed up because like you had good players on your team. You have Jimenez, like you have him. How you score one goal?
Yeah, the thing is, so I looked at
Here we go.
Jimenez fixtures.
All right.
That's what I said. I got off Vardy because I play in the next five, and like that's kind of my approach to FPL. I don't look at season numbers. I always look to the next 5 games in terms of planning. But what I will say is like, I think this season, from what I've seen, is going to be like the most unpredictable fantasy league season in history. I mean, look at this weekend. Like the only thing that I think, like, a lot of players feeling it this year, but the only thing that you really had to look back and like you make decisions, but you had to go back to the logic. And like, I don't think the logic is flawed, right? You have Vardy against City, like, who is looking for, I mean, at least maybe you hope you get a goal, but a hat trick, man.
Yeah.
Or who looking at West Ham thumping Wolves 4-0, like it just not making any sense at all.
Yeah,
like,
or West Brom going 3-0 up on your Chelsea, which was amazing.
3-0 up on Chelsea. So it's like, I think this is a season with the no fans, with the with the teams who haven't had a preseason and have new players that still adapting, like it's just any number could play.
Yeah, well, I even like I just bring it back to your attention. You talk about City and Vardy, and sometimes I look at it this way. I say, all right, even if Vardy score 1, at least I'm not trading him out of my team. If I look at it as a man, I have to trade him out for a man who might score 2. And I bet Vardy has history against City, but still, you still look at it as City has 4, minus Eric Garcia. They have 3 starting international players in the back and a starting goalkeeper that's pretty good and holding midfielder. So you have to think to yourself, but
you see, the thing too is that even if you look like recent, like, okay, City just play Wolves and they look real good, and KDB was like, I have to have KDB. Like, I can't go without KDB for this game here. NDD is out. So you're thinking like, all right, this
and they can't do it.
I actually was brave enough, although it didn't work out anyway, but I was brave enough to say I would not get KDB. I thought Leicester was a tough game. I did think City would win, but I didn't think KDB would go rampant in this game. So I was like, I think I could do without him.
Yeah.
I thought I could do without him.
All right, well, from what happened this weekend here, Omar, what you looking at on your side right here? And like we said, like, you have big names. Look at your midfield right now. Harrison, who's tearing it up, obviously can't play next week against City, but you have Salah, De Bruyne, Aubameyang, Jimenez, Calvert, Wilson. I'm a big fan of Wilson on top. And your backline, Lucas Dean, Justin, Jamal Lewis. Like, where Martinez in goal, which I think that's Aston Villa backline has improved, and Tyrone Mings settled in it, and I think he will be one of the top center backs in the league, defensive wise, not like on the ball, but defensive wise and attacking. Where do you go from here to improve?
So that is it. I mean, like when I use my wildcard, it was like about building that team where, like, in each position now, week after week, I could just incrementally move. And like, the good thing about it is that my squad value went up when I did that. So like, some of these players I got in was early enough that people coming on to them now, like Calvert-Lewin. I got him when he was like, after that first week, I was like, nah, I definitely need to have this man in my side. I mean, James loaded our gun, Charles and all them fellas are looking so good, and he just had to be there.
Right.
But like for me now, I just trying to hopefully do like 1 or like 2 transfers a week. Like, I have to fix Harrison. I was glad for the assist. Like, he just 1 more game, and like it have some real nice mid-price players around that category. Like, they have like Trossard, they have like the other like Leeds guy. I think it's Klitsch or something like that.
Yeah.
They have like
and he's
Foden.
on PKs as well too. So
yeah, they have like Barnes. They have like some nice players around that bracket, but the defense right now, like, I just not seeing any clean sheets.
Right.
So I just keep it small on the defense and a big midfield and the strikers, and just kind of play it week after week and see how it goes. But like I said, so it's so unpredictable. I don't know. I kind of throw my hands up and like, what happened,
So something I'm looking at in the upcoming game weeks, especially after the results we saw this past week, was a lot. Usually we come on here and we speak about Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Something big happened this week do you think we could consistently look for for returns from the West Hams, from the Brightons, from Trossard, from these guys, Bowen, Trossard, and from these other mid-table and lower table teams, but they're still producing. Are there players from those teams you're looking at to consistently bring returns for you?
I find Brighton looking real good, right? And if I really find like they've been unlucky, these are like the first game with Chelsea, Brighton has always give us problems. Always, because I think like they have a good coach. Like I think he's very underrated, Potter, in terms of getting them fellas to play. And I think in each game you could see they have it. And Trossard last year he got injured, but if you remember when he had just kind of come on the scene and he made Belgium team, like that guy he real good. So if he stays fit, they have a nice little side there. So like I would look at Trossard, like
Marchos getting good points too.
Yeah, like there's Grealish. And even the team that went 3-0 up on you this week, there's players from those teams.
Pereira looking real good. So this is the thing, right? Is like, okay, so for Fantasy League, when we plan, we tend to look at the fixtures and then go from there and plan your team on that. But like you saying, it's so unpredictable now where like, all right, you look at West Brom, Chelsea, and you're like, well, all right, West Brom can't get more than one. So if Pereira had to eat, not much to eat off of, but like, those fellas delivering. So I think fantasy is about being agile and like, just kind of adapting. So it may be that the way we interpret fixtures and, when you see that green thing on the ticker, like coming on the road, like that is the team to get it. You might have to kind of change your thinking and say, you know what, this year goals going in on either end. So, like you all say, just look at, let's just change it up a little bit. But I think,
what would we change it to then? If we're changing it up from looking at the green, then you're basically saying, instead of looking at the fixtures, look at player form?
Yeah, I think so. Because like Pereira is an excellent example. I think even though we know he's the man on West Brom, a lot of people don't look at him because it's West Brom. But Pereira everything West Brom do going through him. So even though they might get like 4, 3, or 2, but they might still score 1 and 2. And if they score 1 and 2, he did.
Yeah, it's like James at Everton. And even something Darius and I discussed in the preseason where we were saying like this year, James, Grealish, those guys could be up there with KDB in terms of chances created. Yeah. A lot of people into the stats now, the XA and all of that stuff. So I think Pereira and these guys are guys we do need to watch. Look how unfortunate Trossard has been with hitting the crossbar.
Yeah.
So, anyone in particular your eye is on in terms of those lower and mid-table teams? Give us a couple.
So yeah, like you say, I think Trossard looking. You mean in midfielders in the midfield?
And just in general.
So I would say like, all right, at Fulham, I kind of want to stay out of Fulham. I really don't like how Fulham looking. West Ham, I thought would have been another one to falter, but then you see like that's another thing. Like the news in West Ham in the week. A couple of players get COVID. You want to know what's going on. Then they come and drop 4 on Wolves.
Maybe David Moyes needs to stay home every week.
Maybe. So I like mid-table. Let me see. West Brom, like I said, Pereira. Who else is down there? I'd kind of staying out of Sheffield.
Okay. What about Leeds?
Yeah, Leeds. So Leeds, I think like the midfield, like Klitsch and Harrison, even like up front, Bamford. I think Rodrigo with a little time will be one to watch too. I think he'll come good. I used to watch him a lot in La Liga. And he's quality. He just probably need a little time to settle. But
he looked like he need some time to settle. And he looked like, COVID do a little bit to him too.
Yeah.
I think also like somebody like Bamford, we discussed him in the preseason. We expected him to get a couple of goals, but he is doing better than I expected.
He's doing a Pookie right now.
I don't know if it's like,
he's doing a Pookie.
Because one thing we have to also consider, I think Omar mentioned, but like, would there not be in crowds in these stadiums?
They don't have the same pressure.
Yeah, Bamford don't have, because, you know, we heard all of last season that the Leeds fans were on him for missing chances. There's nobody there to, when he misses a chance now, he just continues with the game.
Like
There's no
sweat.
fan.
It's like a
Yeah,
sweat.
yeah. You just keep playing the game, and so the lack of a crowd could help too.
Yeah, Bamford, I don't know. Let me preface it to say I haven't seen enough of Leeds. I haven't watched the Leeds game enough to say. But 5.5, you can't go wrong with that. I don't know how much he is now.
Probably like a 5.7 now. He's 5.7.
Yeah, I just kind of question how sustainable it is.
Yeah.
That's my only question mark, because I think I read something where they say like he scored like one goal from one chance and the next goal from one chance. Like he, you know, it's not like he always there with the chances now. And I just find like those forward spots so premium right now. Is he on penalties, as you mentioned that, Bamford on penalty?
No,
I don't think so.
Klitsch took the penalty that first game.
So like when you thinking, like I say, you probably have the big, maybe one big striker in that category, like a Vardy or a Werner or a Martial or one of those guys. And then around there you have two cheaper guys. You have Jimenez, you have Ings, you have Adams, you have, Mitrovic, Calvert-Lewin, you have Wilson. So, it could, but I mean, who knows? He's showing it right now, so you can't really fight him.
Yeah, and same thing with Pookie. I mean, Pookie ran for like about 7 weeks. 7 weeks.
Pookie ran for 7 weeks until the day I buy him, and that was the end of that.
So until you buy Bamford, then I...
Yeah, there's some fellas, the day you press transfer, that going and dry up, yeah.
Well, there's even like, just drawing to the attention, I feel like some teams did improve big time. I see Crystal Palace has won, Everton, and Brighton are teams that, I thought going into them, I went hard for Manchester United against Palace, and it was just, you could see how organized these teams are. Townsend is balling out. I think he has top 5 returns or something like that. Like Townsend is balling out. And you see they're keeping it together there, So apart from Fulham, and let's just say maybe Fulham and Leeds, who will give the most goals right now? And West Brom. Who do you see as a easy fixture? Or is there any more easy fixtures in this league anymore? And everything, that's it?
Chelsea.
I feel like Fulham, to concede, like if you have a team against them, Fulham and West Brom are the target right now. Leeds, I want to believe Bielsa is a smart coach, and as much as how attacking they are, you notice they got a guy from Sociedad to fall in the defense too. So I feel like, all right, I think the Manchester City game is the next game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that might give us a lot of answers in terms of, if they're just gonna go gung ho, or if they could be smart, they could be street smart a little bit.
I think they're going gung ho because they went out from the game. They play Liverpool that way, and they should have got a point from that, So
yeah, but as we say that, and that's the thing too. Like, why I say that too, you notice like. You heard Pep say how he was kind of criticizing Leicester's approach, right? And I'm like, how you could concede 5 goals and criticize our next team tactics? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
But if Leeds goes all out, it kind of plays into Manchester City's hands. That's what they want. So I want to see, if they're going to just say, this is our football and this is what we're going to do. And then I think that would be a real nice game to watch. I think we will see real goals in that game.
But, on that note, Omar, let me ask you, as somebody I highly respect in terms of FPL, and you're speaking about a game, man. As you're speaking about a game next week, what advice you have for the guests, not just on the upcoming week, but let's say the next 3 to 5 weeks? What's something that you could tell people to be on the lookout for to do well over the upcoming weeks?
That's real hard, boy, because I'll be real honest. Like I feel like the moves I'm making and what's happening in real life not really coinciding. So I really can't say, well, do X, Y, Z and it'd be a good look. It just be like, for now, just go with your gut. I think like I really want to see when these teams go in and settle down and really find the best lineups and get into a game. I think that would be something to pay attention to. Like Darius talked about Crystal Palace. One thing with Crystal Palace is that I think out of all the teams, they had the best preseason. They played like 5 games or something in preseason. So, and like those teams like Brighton, they already know what they're doing. Crystal Palace doing the same thing for the last 4 years, right?
This is
So,
part of why I have not used my wild card as yet, unlike you two gentlemen, because I am just I'm not boasting. I'm just so uncertain about what's happening that I just came to the conclusion I'm gonna wait till the transfer window has closed, and then I'm gonna activate my wild card. So I think this will be the last week that I make transfers, and then next game week after this, I'll activate my wild card.
You know that morning, Daryl is one of the men on a Saturday morning. You gonna pull up the app, you gotta go in the league and check and see what you do, right? I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah, I'll wait 1 more week. And one other last question for you on a non-fantasy note. Just at Chelsea in general, what are your expectations for this season? Any players we should look out for? How you think they're gonna handle the Champions League and the league? They have the Kepa situation. Just give us a quick Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll be real honest.
Let's talk Chelsea.
Like for all I mean, like I'm a Chelsea man, but I am very, very cautious about what I seen because like I said, I feel like they did a little too much, and I know when you bring in that many players, if it doesn't start well, it could unravel very, very fast. So like if you see what happening, if you think about you brought Werner and is he coming to play striker, but then what's going on with Giroud and Tammy? Them fellas kind of sitting on there, them fellas gonna get sour. What's going on with Hudson-Odoi? You have Havertz, I wanna see I hope they know where they brought Havertz to play, because I don't feel like on our wing is his best position. He's more like if you have a 4-2-3-1 and sitting behind, that's his best position. But if you're gonna play him on a wing, but then what about the proper winger Hudson-Odoi, right? He gonna start to feel away. You see what's going on with Rudiger. Rudiger kind of he might be out. I don't know what the fate in Christensen.
Quick follow up on that. A lot of people and we share some WhatsApp groups and stuff. A lot of people comment on they don't believe that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a very tactical manager, and people don't believe in him. What are your thoughts on Lampard in that aspect?
Lampard, I think it's difficult to say tactical. I think he's a thinking manager, because you could see he's willing to make changes and adapt. But you could see that he's a young manager and learning, right? So sometimes he may see something and act too fast on it. For example, we just play Barnsley and we beat them 6-0, and yes, Tammy was on top and half it. But if you look at them goals, a lot of them, 4 goals were gifts, and Barnsley had some good chances and then immediately you see Tammy in the lineup and then this one starting. So experienced manager might say, all right, yeah, that is Barnsley, but this is my lineup and this is what I'm looking to build and do. I'm not trying to, so that's what I'm looking at now. I would like to know what's your idea, but I guess when all the guys come, we'll see. But what's your idea of your best lineup, and then you move from there. So I like Lampard, but I tell people Chelsea is what it is for how many years? It's the same criteria, and if you don't get it done, we know what could happen. Regardless club legend or not, if a decision had to be made, it will be made. But I really hope it will work out. I hope
Tougher question. Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Over under 12 goals for the season.
EPL goals or goals in
EPL goals?
Yeah, over.
Over 12 goals.
Yeah.
How many years now?
Not more than less than 15. Less than 15.
3 game weeks past. How many goals has he now?
Don't be like that, Darius.
0 goals, but you see West Brom, he had some good chances. He just need one to go in.
All right. So we keep.
Oh, he's quality.
I'm keeping it there, and I actually might just quote it and post it on Instagram. Over 12 goals, and we'll take it from. But Tammy had more than that last year, right?
Yeah, but Tommy had more than that in about the first 8 games.
Tommy waiting for his shot, man. Tommy's waiting for his shot. Well, I
Wait,
just think that
you rate
Chelsea
him
has
or
no.
you rate
I mean,
Tommy?
no. I actually am a big. I think Timo, like what I saw that last game, some more stuff will unravel. Not a big
Yeah,
fan of a new player coming into the league, young
yeah, that is
age,
it.
and coming up against the EPL defenders, less time. People talk about German league. I don't think any league compares to EPL in terms of the
Yeah,
intensity, top to bottom. Because no matter what team you step, what you step foot on that grass, team
yeah.
pressing you hard.
Like I look at that Liverpool Arsenal game and you see how Liverpool pressing. It's like you can't come
In
from
the
Germany. You will be
box.
like, what is this?
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. So when you saw Jota come today, and he scares first goal, first game, first goal. But that's like example of if you're in the league already, you know how it runs. I could pick you then, but when you transfer out of the league and coming in, I had to see you. Your confidence had to go up for me to bring you in my FPL team. So,
What I hope is that I think if they try to play Werner through the middle,
mhm.
it could be rough. Like if you are a short man in the EPL and you don't really have like a real amazing turn of pace or like something world class like a Kuhn or something like that, like it's gonna be tough in the EPL. So I feel like playing off of somebody like Tammy or Giroud and how he plays that would suit his game and you'll see the
He
best of
needs
it.
a Firmino. He needs a Firmino.
Firmino, yeah, somebody like that, yeah.
All right. So hey, Lampard, go bring in Jordan Ayew, please, and 7 All right, yo, Dari, let's wrap it with him. Ask him the
Yeah, just
questions, big
quick things.
questions.
So shout out Omar, shout out at the FPL vibes.
FPL vibes.
Also follow us at FPL guys on Twitter, FPL_Island guys on Instagram. Omar, when we get off air, I'm gonna need a pick from you for our suicide competition for Gameweek 4. Right now the guests are in the lead, so don't mess it up for the guests. Right now, so Matthew last week picked
Well,
you.
watch when I finish that is it we're going to clear,
Yeah, the guest on 26. I am on 21. Darius is on 6 points. He has a lot of catching up to do.
Darius, we're going on.
Just
So,
twos, man. Just straight twos.
yeah, we need
You know
a
what you need
pick
to
from
do?
you off here.
Straight
You gotta
twos,
pick
but
a Spurs man,
I
Darius.
know,
That might
right?
bring you back.
You know, I'm anti-Spurs. You know, Dario knows that. I'm anti-Spurs. But
Nah,
like
but
I
big
said,
up, fellas, big up, man. I really appreciate the fact, especially like I always, if you don't know, Daryl and I used to do a podcast years ago,
okay.
and one of the things I think the idea was that to have like that real Caribbean fantasy league content. We don't want
Right.
to be listening to the UK thing all the time, like
Dry
that
people
niche.
in Liverpool,
You're
right?
doing a real excellent thing. So big up on that.
All right,
Give
now,
thanks, give thanks.
and big up to your league too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but
So we'll be back later in the week, everybody, with the Game Week 4 preview. Thanks to Omar, and
And
we'll
Omar's
reveal
pick will
his.
be on there
Yeah,
as well.
we'll reveal his pick. So everybody, good
yeah,
night
man.
and bless.
All right,
Yeah, bro.
guys. Thank you, Omar.
Easy.